Only 5% of a person's success has to do with strategy. 95% has to do with mindset. That's from best-selling author Bob Proctor, and some of the most successful people in the world agree. But how do you develop your mindset to succeed? Mindset played a key role in building my own six-figure business in 4 months before I left my 9-to-5. I have tangible tips you can start using today. It begins with this key mindset frame. It's normal that as you're building your business, it can feel lonely and impossible. You might not know other entrepreneurs or be supported by your loved ones. In fact, it's likely your fear and doubt will outweigh your hope, which might make it tempting to see every obstacle or setback as proof you're not going to make it. This is where mindset can make the difference between whether or not you will succeed. Instead of seeing every failure as proof you'll fail, disconnect that failure from having any meaning at all. For example, after I got my first client, I was on top of the world. I thought nothing could stop me. Then I got 30 rejections in a row from potential clients. Initially, I gave that a lot of meaning, thinking it meant I wasn't cut out for entrepreneurship and I was gonna be stuck at my job forever. But that motivation to create something amazing for myself and my loved ones kept me going. Instead of accepting failures as meaning anything, ask, why might this be happening? I realized I'd done certain marketing activities to get my first client, but I'd gotten ahead of myself and stopped doing them. That's where I made the decision to go back to what works, which turned things around. If I had given up or let those 30 failures in a row convince me I wasn't going to succeed, I would not be here today. Unfortunately though, that's what happens to a lot of people because that's how most of us are taught to think about failure. As you let go of the meaning that you give obstacles and challenges, you'll actually notice yourself overcoming them a lot faster because you're wasting less time and energy wondering if you can really do this. But just responding differently to obstacles isn't enough. You will exponentially increase your chance of success by being proactive instead of reactive. This is one of the main reasons I was able to build a six-figure business in 4 months before I left my 9-to-5. Whenever I share that, people get excited because it's a cool story. Even now, almost 10 years later, it still blows my mind. But here's what people forget, even though I constantly repeat it, because around here, I will always give you the full picture. It took me over 2 years of trial and error, different business ideas, giving up and ungiving up, and countless failures before those 4 months came together. One decision kept me going: planning for not hitting my goals. This goes against popular unwisdom because we're taught to plan for success and to think positive. Of course, believe in your goals, but do it in a smarter way. Ask yourself, if this thing I'm trying doesn't work, what am I going to do? Am I going to be okay? How am I going to respond? And then plan according to that. This way, even if you don't succeed, you will still be okay and able to keep on going. For example, if you're in your job and you want to build your business to replace your salary, you might be tempted to turn in your notice and go all in on your business. Trust me, I have been there. In fact, every other week for many years, I would call my mom and tell her I was going to quit next week. I was burning the bridges to give my business the best shot. Thankfully, my mom talked me out of it every time. I wasn't happy about it, but looking back, if I had quit any sooner than I did, I probably wouldn't have succeeded. Because I failed for much longer than I thought I wouldn't have had the funds to invest in my business, pay my bills, or learn to do everything I needed to be able to grow my business to the point where I could replace my salary. Too many people plan for their success, but not their failure. This doesn't mean you have to be negative. This simply means plan in a way that will give you a much better chance of success. But speaking of success, you'd be amazed how often that can get in the way too. Specifically, the fear of it. I have been there for sure. After I got my first client, I spent about 30 seconds being super excited. Then the fears kicked in. What if I can't help this client get results? What if they don't think they're getting enough value? How am I going to handle more clients? Especially that last one. I didn't even know how I was going to get more clients, and I was already worrying about that. These fears keep a lot of people stuck because they're so scared of success, they self-sabotage themselves out of it. Let me share a Luisism to help you with this. That's tomorrow's Luisa's problem. You don't have to solve tomorrow's problems today. You only have to solve today's problems. This way, you're flipping bad advice, mostly created by people who haven't built their own business, and instead setting yourself up for success. Because when you have the right mindset, the question becomes when you'll succeed, not if. High five to that. But to be sure that doesn't feel like empty motivation, let's also dig into the strategy and numbers breakdown behind how I was able to build a 6-figure business in 4 months in this video here. You'll see how to apply it to grow your business and build more belief in what's possible for you. I'll see you there.